On a beautiful 70-degree evening, we welcome you to Angel Stadium in Anaheim, California, as the Los Angeles Angels get set to host the New York Yankees in the second of a three-game weekend series. And a good evening, everybody. Kenny Albert along with A.J. Pierzynski. Yankees won the series opener in 10 innings last night by a 4-3 score. A.J., the Stars are out once again tonight in Southern California.
We are in Los Angeles, Kenny, and if you want to see stars in a baseball game, this is the place to be. Giancarlo Stanton, Didi Gregorius. The Yankees have the stars, but the Angels, they have the biggest star of them all. Some guy by the name of Mike Trout, the best player in all of baseball. I'll say it. Everyone argues it. Mike Trout's the best player in baseball. He's off to a great start this year. He's carrying this Angels offense that needs to prove tonight they can beat the Yankees in a big game for the Angels. There you go. The only guy, Kenny, that can outshine Mike Trout, figuratively and literally. This guy overshadows everyone with his size, his power, and he's made some adjustments, and this is the guy for the Yankees that makes him go. Aaron Judge, the best player on the Yankees right now, and the guy that can outshine Mike Trout.
Trout of the Angels, Judge and the Yankees. Before we get started, let's head down to the field. And the third member of our broadcast team, Ken Rosenthal. Ken.
Kenny, among his many offensive feats, Didi Gregorius already has drawn 17 walks. That's just 8 fewer than last season. The increase, according to Yankees hitting coach Marcus Thames, stems from Didi's desire to hit 300. Now, batting average is a somewhat outdated statistic, but Didi related his goal to Thames at the start of spring training. Thames then asked the Yankees numbers guys to generate some information that would show Gregorius how he could improve. The analyst came up with some charts demonstrating that Gregorius was swinging at too many pitches outside the zone. Gregorius worked hard to make the adjustment while maintaining his trademark aggressiveness and is helping his offensive game in every way. Kenny?
All right, thanks very much, Ken. Yankees come in with a record of 16-9. They've won 7 straight. Second place in the American League East. Brett Gardner will lead off, followed by Aaron Judge, then Didi Gregorius. Giancarlo Stanton in the cleanup spot for manager Aaron Boone. Gary Sanchez bats 5th, then Aaron Hicks. Bottom of the order, Neil Walker, Miguel Andujar, and Gleyber Torres. The Yankees second baseman will bat 9th against the 29-year-old right-hander with a record of 3-0. He has never beaten the Yankees in 4 career starts. A.J. Garrett Richards.
This is a key guy for the Anaheim Angels. They need him to pitch deep in the game, and be the ace that they expect.
Coming back from 2 injury-plagued seasons. Started only 12 games for the Angels over the last 2 years, and his first pitch to Brett Gardner is high and away, ball 1. Gardner batting .230 on the season, 2 for 7 lifetime against Richards. Now 1-1. Bill Miller, the crew chief, home plate umpire tonight. Brett Gardner leading off for the Yankees. He'll be followed by Judge, then Gregorius. Gardner falling behind on the count, 1-2.
Richards so far coming out trying to establish his fastball. It's kind of a 50-50 mix of fastball, breaking ball, so it's good to see him come out, establish the fastball to try to get the Yankee hitters looking for it to put him away with his breaking ball.
The 1-2 from Richards to Brett Gardner. In for a called strike 3, 1 away.
This is the pitch Garrett Richards is known for. Breaking ball, locks Brett Gardner up after establishing the fastball early. Finger off the ball, which is kind of a spike curveball they call it. And just a perfect pitch.
Richards tied his career high 11 strikeouts at his last start Saturday against the Giants. And you can hear the reaction as Aaron Judge steps into the batter's box. 0 for 5 last night. He struck out 4 times for the second time in his major league career.
Aaron Boone said it's the only game all year where Judge hasn't done something very productive offensively to help them win. 96 from Richards, rearing back, throwing it by him. Kenny, we got to get you one of those wigs, son. What do you think?
How do you know I don't have one?
Well, I don't, but I'm assuming that you don't, but you might.
1-2 with D.D. Gregorius waiting on deck. Aaron Judge has never faced Garrett Richards. Judge 7 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Bounce foul into the Angels dugout. Count remains 1-2. A 1-2 from Garrett Richards, up the middle for a base hit. So following an 0 for 5 in the series opener last night, Judge reaches with a 1-out single here in the first inning. As we check out the Angels defensively, around the infield, Marte, Kinsler, Cozart, and Valbuena. From left to right in the outfield, Upton, Trout, and Calhoun. The battery of Richards and Maldonado.
A lot of gold out there for the Angels. Kinsler, Calhoun, Trout, Maldonado. That's a standard, pretty solid defense. And if I'm Garrett Richards, I want him to hit the ball. Let these guys go get him.
Well, D.D. Gregorius went deep in the 10th inning last night to give the Yankees a 4-3 victory. His 10th home run here in the month of April.
The thing with Didi's been hitting him where no one can catch him. He's hitting him over the wall this April, so be careful here. Last night, 10th inning, tie game. Didi doing it all for the Yankees, putting them ahead. 10 home runs for a shortstop. Big numbers for the guy. Right now, got to be MVP front runner in the first month of the season.
Now the 2-0 from Richards. You mentioned 10 home runs for a shortstop. He is tied for the all-time Major League record with 10 home runs in April. Trevor Story of the Rockies did it 2 years ago.
And you think Garrett Richards doesn't know that? He just threw him a 2-0 off-speed pitch in the first inning of a game.
Gregorius walks on 4 pitches. So the Yankees with 2 on, 1 out as Giancarlo Stanton steps to the plate.
Very careful to Gregorius right there. You can, pitchers know the numbers, catchers know the numbers, and they look up and they say, man, 10 home runs in April, let's be a little careful, even though you do have the beast that is Giancarlo Stanton hitting behind Gregorius. What a great place to hit, Kenny. Between Judge and Stanton, I could figure out a way to get some hits in there.
Stanton 1 for 4 last night, batting .238 as a Yankee. Richards struck out Gardner. The Yankees leadoff man. Judge with a single up the middle, and then a 4-pitch walk to D.D. Gregorius. Richards catching the inside corner, now 1-1. Talked to Aaron Boone about Giancarlo Stanton. He said he's been a hard worker from the day he joined the Yankees. He said he just wants to be a part of winning.
That's what it's all about. That's winning, especially in the New York Yankees uniform. You're judged on how many times you win.
Bounce to the shortstop, Cozart, and it gets by. Here comes Judge to the plate. He scores. The Yankees take a 1-0 lead.
pitch by Garrett Richards. Stanton rolls it over. Tough play for Cozart. He tries to come in and get on the short hop. For a guy that's been playing all over the diamond, moving it back to shortstop, his natural position, that's a tough play. He does everything correct. Just takes a funky hop and gets by him, and Phil Nevin waving home Aaron Judge. Even after he stops, he makes it very easily.
Error charge to Cozart.
I know he's supposed to make that play. That is a tough error on a play. You have to come get the ball. Stanton runs well. It's a tough error, but he'll admit it was an error. But man, that's a tough error.
Only the 10th error committed by the Angels this season. Gary Sanchez takes ball one outside.
And not the start if you're the Angels that you're looking for. Obviously, you're down 1-0, but Richards with the walk. Falling behind every hitter, 5 straight first pitch balls. Just not the start you want after tough loss last night. You want to come out and get some momentum going for tonight.
Now 2-0 on Sanchez, the Yankee catcher, playing in his 200th major league game. Mike Scioscia's Angels have fallen behind here in the first inning. Two on, still only one out. Two-0 to Sanchez, fastball in for strike one.
And if I'm Gary Sanchez right there, already up 1-0, 2-0 fastball, I want to come out of my shoes. I'm sure Aaron Boone would probably like to see that. He's struggling a little bit though, but you know 2-0 heater's coming right there after he's struggling with his control. I mean, I'm looking at Gary Sanchez and being like, let's bang right here. But he took it, and 2-1.
High and tight now, 3-1 to Sanchez, who hit his first major league walk-off home run on Thursday as the Yankees ended their 10-game homestand with a win over the Minnesota Twins. They swept 4 from Minnesota and have now won 7 straight. Gregorius and Stanton, the base runners. 3-1 to Sanchez, and it's a base hit down the left field line into the corner. Gregorius scores. Stanton will hold it third. 22nd run batted in of the season for Sanchez, and the Yankees have taken a 2-0 lead here at the top of the first inning.
I guess this is why Gary Sanchez took the 2-0, because he knew 3-1 he was going to get the same pitch, but just to look like a hanging slider, gets the head out, drives it down the left field line. And for all the struggles that Gary Sanchez has had, that people are saying, he's got 22 RBIs and we're not even to May, so he's getting hits at big times and driving in big runs for the Yankees.
He's 5th in the league in runs batted in. 2 runs in the inning, 2 on, still only 1 out. AJ, our keys to the game presented by Ford.
Well, one of these is going to sound funny, but the Yankees keep fooling him. That means Tanaka. Tanaka throws a ton of pitches that look like strikes and end up as balls. He throws not a lot of fastballs, a lot of tease pitches. And so if he keeps fooling the Angels, he'll have success. And then with the Angels, innings from Richards, which we're not getting so far. He needs to give them a lot of innings. The Angels lead the league in bullpen innings used already. So Mike Scioscia talked about it. We talked about it. They need innings from their starter. And right now, Garrett Richards is off to a rough start.
He has faced 5 batters, has retired just 1. Here's Aaron Hicks with runners on 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. And that is the first pitch strike thrown by Garrett Richards tonight.
Never a good recipe for success, especially against a lineup as powerful as the Yankees. Consistently being behind in the count, you're going to get killed.
One from Richards. Now 1 ball, 1 strike to the switch hitting Hicks. Richards making his 6th start, matching the amount of starts he made in both 2016 and 17 due to injury. To the right side, Kinsler. Hicks is retired. Stanton comes home. Yankees take a 3-0 lead.
Just a productive at bat from Aaron Hicks right there. Knows what he was trying to do, get a ball on the ground, preferably up the middle to the right side. Drive a run in, get the runner over to third, and go back and get high fives from your teammates in the dugout.
So now the Yankees send their 7th batter to the plate here in the top of the 1st inning. It's first baseman Neil Walker. Sanchez now at third, 2 outs. Now 1-1 on Walker. Walker 0 for 3 in last night's game. He struck out twice.
Can we put an asterisk on his 0 for 3 with the catch Cole Calhoun made on him?
Yeah, that was tremendous.
I mean, he's thinking he's trotting, and next thing you know, it's gone.
27th pitch of the inning from Richards is fouled back. Now 1-2. Calhoun made a couple of unbelievable defensive plays last night.
He did. He covered all of right field, coming in, diving, going back, robbing home runs. That's why he has gold on his glove, and he was sprinkling gold out in the outfield last night.
Richards delivers the 1-2. It gets by Maldonado, who fires down to first in time for the final out of the inning. Maldonado, a Gold Glove winner last season as well. Aaron Boone wants to take a look at it. Oh, what do you think, AJ?
He's safe. I've been wrong on these many times before, but Kenny, I think you and I can agree on this one. He's safe right there.
I agree. So the play is under review. If it is overturned, the Yankees will have a 4th run. Certainly looks like Walker gets the foot on the bag before the ball is in the glove of Marte.
Great angle by our crew, our camera guys, everything. That's the perfect angle for that play. This should be about a 20-second review, but it'll take 2 minutes. You can always watch the players on the field when they see the replay. They know safe route. Garrett Richards already picked up the ball, so.
And the cheers you hear are from the large contingent of Yankee fans in the crowd here in Anaheim.
This is the Bronx West right now. They gave Gregorius a curtain call last night after his home run.
Right. So the call on the field has been reversed. Yankees now have a 4-0 lead.
And add more pitches to Garrett Richards' total right now.
This will be number 29 to Miguel Andujar, the Yankees' 3rd baseman.
And another ball 1. 1-0 again.
Andujar in only 18 games leads the American League in doubles with 11. He has an extra base hit in 9 of his last 11 games.
Yankees knew this kid could hit when they brought him up. He almost made the team out of spring training because he absolutely mashed the ball in spring training. So he fought to make the team. They didn't see it. They didn't have a spot for him. A couple injuries, couple things happened. There he is up here raking in the big leagues.
Pitch number 31 from Richards. Fastball in for strike 1. Now 2-1. Walker the runner on first following the pass ball on the strikeout. Yankees with 4 runs in the inning, 2 unearned, thanks to an Angels error and the pass ball. Only 2 hits in the inning for the Yankees. Only 2 balls hit out of the infield, and they've scored 4 runs.
Walks, defensive mistakes, falling behind in the count. It's just been a complete misstep for the Angels in the top of the first inning here. From Garrett Richards to Zach Cozart to Maldonado behind the plate.
Now the 3-1-2 and Duhart, and he sends this one to deep left field. It's off the wall. Another extra base hit for Andujar. Here comes Walker. He scores the 5th run for the Yankees in the top of the first inning on Andujar's league-leading 12th 2-base hit of the season in only 19 games.
That boy can hit. He can hit. He just gets the barrel to the ball. But again, behind in the count, 3-1, have to come after him. Richards challenging him here. And Duhar doesn't miss it. A little helicopter finish right there. Over Justin Upton heads in left field. Walker scores easily, and the Yankees are still in business.
Gleyber Torres, the 9th batter of the inning for the Yankees, and he takes a called strike. That's only the 2nd strike on the first pitch from Garrett Richards to the first 9 hitters he's faced. The 0-1 to Torres, fouled back off the screen, 0-2. Took the Yankees 10 innings to score 4 runs last night. They have 5 in the first tonight.
This is what the Yankees lineup can do to you. They just put quality at bat after quality at bat, mix in some power. We haven't even seen the long ball that they're known for yet. So just quality at bats, putting pressure on the Angels, and the Angels right now are not stepping it up to the plate.
They haven't had a chance to step up to the plate yet.
This and then this.
The inning finally comes to an end. The Yankees score 5 runs on 3 hits, an error, and a pass ball. 3 unearned runs. Yankees lead 5-0. Ken Rosenthal. Yankees score 5 in the top of the first. And now Masahiro Tanaka will face the top of the Angels order. Ian Kinsler takes a called strike. 0-1. Kinsler will be followed by Mike Trout, then Justin Upton. Albert Pujols in the cleanup spot. Luis Valbuena, Zach Cozart, Cole Calhoun, Jeffrey Marte, and Martin Maldonado. A couple of players missing from the Angels lineup tonight. Shohei Ohtani suffered the mild ankle sprain in the game last night. Andrelton Simmons was in the original Angels lineup tonight, but pulled due to a sore right forearm.
Those are big losses for the Angels. Both those guys have been swinging the bat extraordinarily well. Simmons with the 2-run double last night to give the Angels a late lead. Ohtani, of course, with the big home run off of Severino. So those are big misses in the Angels lineup tonight.
Here's the 2-1 to Kinsler, and a lot of people looking forward to the Tanaka-Ohtani matchup.
I was looking forward to it. I wanted to see that. They faced each other in Japan back when Ohtani was a rookie in Japan and Tanaka was kind of the established veteran. But Tanaka's been up and down for the Yankees this year. Aaron Boone said he's been good and he's had a couple bad innings and it gets away from him real fast. But Tanaka needs to throw enough pitches that look like strikes and end up at balls and get the Angels to fish.
Popped up, foul territory. And it drops in between Sanchez and Walker.
It's going to be one of those nights tonight, Kenny, it looks like. As a hitter, you're standing there watching the ball and you're like, oh no, I'm out. First at bat, a weak pop up to the first baseman, and then you see it drop and new life. Just miscommunication. The catcher's taught to go until he hears somebody. That's actually Neil Walker's ball. But he's not a first baseman per se by trade, so he's a little bit new over there, but new life for Kinsler and rough for Neil Walker.
So a reprieve for Kinsler, and then he strikes out on the next pitch. 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Walker, Torres, Gregorius, and Andujar around the infield. Gardner in left, Hicks in center, Judge in right. The battery of Tanaka and Sanchez. One away, here's Mike Trout. Tied with D.D. Gregorius for the Major League lead with 10 home runs. Hitting against the shift. Trout is retired. Now 2 away.
Now is that 4-3, Kenny? Even though he's on the other, you still consider that 4-3?
It is.
Even though he's playing shortstop?
Officially goes down as 4-3 on the scorecard. So 2 away, here's Justin Upton. Upton batting .235 on the season, 2 for 8 lifetime against Tanaka.
And a good start to this inning for Tanaka. Your team goes out, gives you 5. You had to get Kinsler out twice, you did it, and you get Trout on a first pitch weak ground ball.
You mentioned the head-to-head matchup back in Japan between Tanaka and Ohtani. It was back in 2013. Ohtani was only 18 years of age at the time. Tanaka was 24, and he retired Ohtani all 11 times he faced him. Popped up to the right side. Walker is under it, makes the play. The Angels are retired on 9 pitches by Masahiro Tanaka in the bottom of the first. This one is sponsored by Ford, going further so you can. And by Charles Schwab. Own your tomorrow. Once again, it's Brett Gardner leading off an inning for the Yankees. They sent 9 men to the plate in the top of the first as Richards threw 36 pitches in the first inning, and then Tanaka only 9 pitches in the bottom half.
Well, Richards had no problem with Brett Gardner. He's the one guy in the lineup he had no problem with, and then things kind of went downhill for him quickly.
He struck out Gardner, leading off the game, and then the Yankees would score 5 runs in the inning. Now Richards falls behind 3-0.
Richards just doesn't look comfortable out there. He's zero fastball command. The Yankees know it, so they know they almost don't have to swing at a fastball early in the count. And he just looks twitchy, looks not in rhythm.
He walks Gardner on 4 pitches. By the way, the last time Richards faced the Yankees, it was back in 2015. He allowed 6 runs in the first inning.
Well, he made an improvement. He made an adjustment. He only allowed 5 in the first inning, so Mike Scioscia is going to look at that as a positive. And he made it out of the first, and he threw. So he's improving.
There were his numbers in that game. Did not make it out of the first inning. Aaron Judge singled up the middle his first time up. Takes a fastball for strike 1.
First pitch breaking ball to Judge. It's something they're going to have to start trying to do, Maldonado and Garrett Richards, just to get him in the strike zone. Try some curveballs, try some sliders, try something different, just to try to get him to where he can throw something over the plate. Every fastball this whole inning, entire inning, and even last inning, up and in, arm side, shooting it up and into the right-handed hitter. That's a sign you're just out of sync, out of rhythm, whatever you want to call it. Garrett Richards is nowhere close to being what they'd hoped for tonight.
Now 1-2 on Judge with Gregorius waiting on deck. Leadoff walk to Gardner. And now the 1-2 to Judge. His second base hit of the game. It rolls all the way to the wall. Gardner around third, waved home. He will score the 6th run for the New York Yankees. RBI number 18 for Aaron Judge. Yankees now lead 6-0.
Well, Kenny said he gave up 6 last time in less than an inning. He's at 6 now in 1 inning, so he's on pace again. But just good hitting by Aaron Judge. He looked really bad on 2 sliders earlier. Slider grip from Richards again, and Judge doesn't miss this one, but that's just a hanging slider with 2 strikes. You got to bury that ball down in the dirt, get him to chase. He just throws it right over the middle of the plate. Judge doesn't miss it. And as strong as he is, that's a line drive barely over the shortstop's head that gets to the wall in a blink of an eye.
Here's Gregorius, who walked his first time up, came around to score. First pitch, Kinsler charging. Gregorius is retired. Judge moves over to third.
Number 27.
Eduardo Paredes up in the bullpen for the Angels. Early action. He probably wasn't guessing he'd be up in the top of the second, but got to get it going.
And the first question you asked Mike Scioscia when we met with him earlier today was about the bullpen. They lead the major leagues in innings pitched by their pen, and the word he used was unsustainable.
It is. Every team is trying to get length out of their starters. I know it's become a bullpen game in Major League Baseball, but over the course of 162 games, you need length out of your starters. You cannot constantly go to the bullpen for. Mike Scioscia said they've been getting 14 outs out of their starters. They need 17 to 18. Didn't sound like a big deal, but that's 4 outs that their bullpen doesn't have to get, not counting the ups and downs and the warming up and sitting down in between. So they need the starters to figure it out.
The 0-1 to Stanton. Now 1-1 as we check in with Ken Rosenthal. Ken.
Kenny, AJ, the Angels have gotten only 2 starts of 7 innings this year, one from Ohtani and one from Tyler Skaggs. And my concern is not just in the immediate future, though, as Kenny said, they lead the majors in relief innings pitched. But what happens as the season progresses when so many of their starters, Richards, Heaney, Ohtani, are going to be on some kind of innings restriction?
With the infield in, Stanton rounds out to the shortstop Cozart for out number 2.
Ken, with what you just said, I totally agree. They are on limits. Ohtani barely pitched last year because of an ankle injury. Richards hasn't pitched in almost over 2 years, very minimal. These guys are all going to be on innings limits. So yes, they need someone, a starter, to come through for them and give them innings, because by June and July and August, the guys out of their pen, I mean, they're going to have a shuttle between Salt Lake and Anaheim, but at some point, they're going to need starters to keep these guys' arms from falling off.
Gary Sanchez doubled in a run back in the first inning. Pitches in the dirt, blocked by Maldonado. We mentioned this is career game number 200 for Sanchez. He's hit 59 home runs. Only Aaron Judge in the history of Major League Baseball has hit more home runs over his first 200 games than Gary Sanchez.
People kind of forget about Sanchez in that kind of historical context, because he's a catcher and Judge gets all the hype and all the highlights, but Sanchez can hit.
Judge hit 61 over his first 200 games.
So he's well behind him, Kenny, is what you're saying. He's 2 behind him, so he's right there.
Rudy York was the previous record holder, tied with Mark McGwire. They each hit 59 in their first 200. I know you had Rudy's poster on your wall as a kid, right?
I absolutely did.
He played back in the 30s.
I sure did.
Now the 2-0 to Sanchez.
And more respect from Garrett Richards to a Yankee hitter. 2-0 slider. Falling behind in the count. First pitch breaking ball in the dirt. Next pitch another ball, and then a 2-0 slider in the dirt. At some point you got to pitch to somebody, Kenny.
Pitch number 52. And Sanchez will head down to first. Third walk issued by Garrett Richards. He's retired only 5 Yankees. So with 2 outs, first and third for Aaron Hicks, who drove in a run of the first inning with a ground out to the second baseman Kinsler.
This is where I believe the lack of mound visits really hurt some guys, because by now you would have seen the catcher going out to the mound a couple times, the third baseman, the first baseman, but because of the new rule, you just can't go out there and talk to your guy anymore. So you see it, especially, not that Garrett Richards is a young guy, but with a lot of young guys, you see that where, hey, the catcher will go out and try and calm him down and tell him a funny story, or the first baseman will run in, or the shortstop. And now, because of the mound visit rule, not one guy has gone into the mound to talk to him and say anything to him. So he's out there on an island.
So as a catcher, how would you determine if it would be time for a funny story or a serious conversation?
Well, it depends on the pitcher. You have certain guys that you can go out there and get in their behind a little bit and yell at them and scream at them, and that gets them going. And then you'd have the guys that look like they want to cry out there, and you had to tell them a funny story and tell them a joke and make them smile and think about something different. So it all depended on your pitcher. But again, you just can't go out there anymore. They've limited the amount of time you can go out there.
6 times per game. Here's the 1-1, and this is ripped into the right field corner. Judge scores easily. Sanchez around third, heading home. Throw to the plate is not in time. Yankees now lead 8-0 as Aaron Hicks drives in his second and third runs of the night. for Garrett Richards, who's thrown 55 pitches in an inning and 2/3. He's retired 5 Yankees, has allowed 8 runs. Shortest outing for Garrett Richards since that game at Yankee Stadium back in June of 2015 when he allowed 6 runs in just 2/3 of an inning. Mike Scioscia telling us we've been getting 14 outs from the starters. Today, just 5.
It's a broken record for the Angels. It really is. With the offense they have and the team that they have, they just have got to find a way to get starting pitching and keep their relievers. They have good arms in the bullpen. They just got to keep them fresh.
It's 23-year-old right-hander Eduardo Paredes out of the pen, facing Neil Walker, who struck out in the first inning but reached on the pass ball. He was originally ruled out. Yankees challenged. It was overturned.
We're 1 for 1 in the replay so far, Kenny. You and I, we both got it right, so keep track of that.
See how long that lasts.
Till the next one.
0-2 to Walker, missing away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now the question becomes for Mike Scioscia, how long can Paredes go? Can he give you 4 or 5 innings to just stem the tide and keep the bullpen, the rest of the guys safe, fresh down there for tomorrow's game?
Yankees scored 5 in the first inning, 3 here in the second. Aaron Judge with a run-scoring double. Aaron Hicks with a 2-run triple. First triple of the season for Aaron Hicks, and the 4th for the Yankees. Off the glove of Paredes. Another run scores. Yankees now lead 9-0.
The hits just keep on coming for the Yankees and for the Angels. 2-strike pitch, sinker out over the plate, and Neil Walker tops it to the pitcher, and clank clank off his glove. Zach Cozart probably would have got that for an easy out, but because it hits the pitcher's glove, Neil Walker beats it easily, and another run for the Yanks.
Here's Andujar, who doubled his first time up. Another base hit for Miguel Andujar, moving Walker over to second. So for the second straight inning, the Yankees send 9 batters to the plate.
We're getting Marty. I want to know the last time a team batted around in the first 2 innings, Marty. Let's go.
Our statistician Marty Aronoff, who will be inducted into the Washington, D.C. Sports Hall of Fame next week.
Well deserved. Great man. Great statistician.
He's on it, AJ.
Normally, he already has these things pulled up for me, Kenny.
Let's put the clock on him. Strike one to Torres, who grounded out to end the first inning.
If you ever thought walks and errors don't matter in Major League Baseball, the Yankees had 8 runs on 5 hits and no home runs. So walks, errors, extra outs, whatever it is, they add up, and they add up quickly, especially with a lineup like the New York Yankees are putting out there.
They now have 9 runs on 7 hits. 1 Angels error, a pass ball, 3 walks.
And a night to forget. The first 2 innings to forget for the Angels.
Torres hit the dirt on that pitch from his fellow countryman, Paredes. Both from Venezuela. Two balls, 1 strike. 2 on, 2 outs, top of the second inning. And more chants from the Yankee fans in attendance here at Angel Stadium. Gleyber Torres with a base hit into left field. The Yankees have scored 10 in the first 2 innings. Torres with his second run batted in of the season.
After a ball at your head, nothing feels better as a hitter than to get the ball out over the plate, rip it into left field for an RBI single. These guys are missing absolutely nothing tonight. Every mistake the Angels have made, the Yankees continue to capitalize on.
Here's Brett Gardner batting for the second time in the inning. He takes strike 1. Five runs in the first, 5 runs in the second. Kinsler, the first to end the inning. Middle of the second, 10-0 Yankees. So far tonight, the Angels 3.
Quite the discrepancy there, Kenny. I don't know if you've ever given a stat that more illustrates the first inning and a half of a game than that one.
Albert Pujols leads off for the Angels. 5 hits shy of 3,000. 2,995 career base hits. Tanaka retired the Angels in order on 9 pitches in the bottom of the first inning. AJ, you asked, Marty has answered. Last time the Yankees batted around in each of the first 2 innings, July 4th, 2007 at Kansas City. So it's been
done before. That's
11 years.
I thought it would have been longer than that to bat around in the first 2 innings. Way to go, Marty.
You had a look at Aaron Boone.
He's smiling. He's not smiling in our picture, but inside he's smiling. He's like, all right, it's 10-0 Tanaka, 9-pitch inning in the first. This could be one of those nights he go home, rest easy.
Well, he's back home. He grew up 10 minutes from here. His dad Bob, of course, played for the Angels. Pujols down on strikes. Second strikeout for Tanaka.
Just another chase pitch by Tanaka. Splitter, starts as a strike, goes down. There's the grip of a split finger and makes good hitters like Albert Pujols just look bad.
One away, here's Luis Valbuena. And it's been only 3 seasons, AJ, since the Yankees scored at least 10 runs over the first 2 innings. They scored 11 in a game back in July of 2015 at Texas. 11 runs first 2 innings.
This young Yankees team, I have a feeling, is going to do that a lot and set a lot of records with the way they swing the bat, the way they string at bats together, and the power, speed, everything. They have everything going.
They lead all of baseball in runs scored to this point, and they have certainly added to their total here tonight. To the Valbuena. 2 up, 2 down, 2 strikeouts in the inning for Tanaka.
Another chase. Breaking ball, slider, back foot to a left-handed hitter, so hard to lay off of. Valbuena goes too far. He knows it right away. Good stop by Sanchez, and Tanaka's rolling.
2 away, here's Zach Cozart. Tanaka missing low. Cozart, 7 seasons in Cincinnati. Career high 24 home runs, 63 runs batted in last year with the Reds. And an hour chat with Mike Sochi. He said, I did not realize how good Cozart is.
Very underappreciated because of the place he played in Cincinnati, but always a tremendous fielder. Came into his own last year with the power and the hitting. Just an everyday professional Major League Baseball player that continues to get better, especially at the plate.
One-two from Tanaka.
The numbers we just showed, those are pretty good numbers to have your career year on your walk year like Zach Cozart did, and leads to a nice contract out here out west for the Angels. But 297, 24, 63, all those add up to a big fat payday for you, Kenny.
Here's one for you, AJ. Last time an opponent batted around twice in the first 2 innings against the Angels, June of 1979.
See, I knew it couldn't be that. It had to be rare to happen. But the Yankees have just had so many good offensive teams that they proved me wrong. But thank you, Angels, for proving me right.
So it has not happened against the Angels in nearly 39 years.
Mike Scioscia's hoping for a way to score some runs, get him a little bit back into this game, and he's also thinking, how can I figure out a way to piece together 9 innings of pitching in this game?
Two from Tanaka. So Tanaka strikes out the side in the bottom of the second. Gardner leading off an inning for the Yankees.
How will the Yankees ever survive without Brett Gardner leading off the inning?
Here in the third, it's Aaron Judge, who has already singled, doubled. He scored 2 runs and has driven in a run.
He's trying to make up for last night's 0 for 5 with 4 punchies. So Aaron Boone said he didn't get rattled. He's one bad game, and he's right back at it tonight.
Yankees with 10 runs on 8 base hits over the first 2 innings. The Chase Angels starter Garrett Richards. 1-2 from Paredes. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The thing about Judge, if you watch his at bats, he's never off balance. He always looks like he's in complete command in the batter's box. No, it's almost like he knows what's coming.
Third hit of the night for Aaron Judge.
Here's an interesting comparison on Aaron Judge. On the left, you see 2016. Look at the difference in his feet between that and his breakout year last year in 2017. High leg kick. His weight gets outside his back foot, which is never a good idea. He lunges. On the right, everything stays inside to inside on his knees. It's much shorter, much more compact. And then tonight, watch the weight stay inside to inside, short to the ball, gets jammed a little bit.
Angels unable to turn two. Gregorius safe at first. They get the lead runner, Judge, at second base. So one away here in the top of the third inning.
But those are the adjustments that Aaron Judge has made. Last year when he barely made the team, they were talking about him not making the team, and then he goes on to win the Rookie of the Year and finish second in MVP. But he made those adjustments by hard work, and it's what Aaron Boone and all the Yankees coaches said this year and last year about him.
Here's Stanton, last year's National League Most Valuable Player. Stanton reached on an error, came around to score in the first inning, grounded out in the second. Eduardo Paredes on in relief of Garrett Richards, who lasted just an inning and 2/3. Valbuena. Out at second is Gregorius. Now two away here in the top of the third inning. Here's Gary Sanchez, doubled in a run in the first inning, walked, came around to score in the second. Yankees batted around in each of the first two innings tonight and lead the Angels 10-0. The 1-0 from Paredes. So AJ, this was the lineup the last time an Angels opponent batted around in each of the first two innings. Bump Wills, Buddy Bell, Oscar Gamble, who passed away in January.
Great hair, by the way, Oscar Gamble.
The best. Pat Putnam, Eric Soderholm, Billy Sample, Johnny Grubb, Dave Roberts, Nelson Norman for the Texas Rangers. They scored 12 runs in the first two innings. Last time an Angels opponent batted around in each of the first two innings, June 28th, 1979.
I love those names on that list. Billy Sample. I mean, just good old-time baseball names, good players, but to bat around twice it's got to be fun. I mean, it's not fun for the Angels, but for the other team, it's a whole lot of fun.
Starting pitcher for Texas that night, Fergie Jenkins.
Well, who was pitching for the Angels?
Jim Barr was the starter, lasted a third of an inning.
Okay.
Allowed 5 earned runs.
And then who came in for the next beating?
Ralph Botting lasted 2/3 of an inning.
Okay.
And then Steve Eddy would pitch 7, finish the game.
That's what the Angels are looking for out of Paredes right here, 7 solid innings.
Sanchez down on strikes to end the inning. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear with superior performing tires that knock it out of the park. Goodyear, more driven. Kenny Albert, A.J. Pierzynski, Ken Rosenthal in Anaheim. Yankees with a 10-0 lead over the Angels, bottom of the third inning. Angels looking for their first base runner of the night. First pitch missing high and away to Cole Calhoun from Masahiro Tanaka, who has retired the first 6 Angels he has faced, including 4 strikeouts.
Calhoun's a guy the Angels desperately need to get going. Off to a rough start. Made some adjustments in his swing. Was leg kicking, went away from it, went back to a leg kick. So he's working at it, trying to figure it out. But you always, when you're hitting 168 and it's almost May, you got to get off the interstate, they say, and get up to the 200. So he's grinding, but it's a rough way to look up there every time and see 168, Kenny.
Oh, for his last 11.
And when you're hitting 168 and you're facing Tanaka, who throws split, slider, split, curveball, and then you get 2-0 and you have to take because your team's down 10-0. That's whereas normally you'd be free and loose and ready to let it rip, but Calhoun has to take because you're down 10-0.
What a play by Tanaka.
And then you hit an absolute rocket to the pitcher that he snags. When you're going bad, these things happen. That's a base hit all the way up the middle, except for the pitcher's glove having to get in the way. But if you're hitting 368, that ball goes off his glove for a hit, and when you're hitting 168, it goes right in his webbing for an easy out.
Seven up, 7 down for Tanaka, a 3-time Gold Glove winner while pitching in Japan. Facing Jeffrey Marte. Marte batting .368 in 17 games for the Angels this season. Angels at 16-10. They won 13 of their first 16 games. They've lost 7 of 10 since. How about what they've done on the road, AJ? They had an 11-game win streak come to an end on Wednesday. They are 11-2 away from home this season.
They can't wait to get out of Los Angeles and Anaheim.
Just 5-8 here.
That's weird too, because the team they're built with the way they play defense on this park, with the it would seem like they'd be a perfect fit. The crowd here is always good. There's always energy in this ballpark. But sometimes you just got to get on the road and get away and hunker down the 25 guys you have. And the Angels are proving that right now. They'd rather be on the road.
Now 2-2 on Marte with Maldonado waiting on deck. Ten runs on 9 hits for the Yankees tonight. 5 runs in the first inning, 5 in the second. A 2-2 from Tanaka. Full count.
Tanaka just continues to try to tease these guys with pitches in and out of the strike zone. Start him as strikes, finish as balls. Start as strikes, finish as balls. And so far, Marte's done a nice job of laying off of him and fouling him off when he gets the opportunity to swing.
On the ground to the shortstop, Gregorius. 2 out. Well, AJ, we talked about the Angels' success on the road this season, scoring just under 6 runs per game, only 4 here at home.
The bigger number for me is the ERA, the starter ERA especially. Almost 4 runs lower on the road than home, and this is known as a pitcher's park, so that's the surprising thing to me. Obviously the runs per game, the batting average, all that stuff is way up, but the starter's ERA is the biggest thing.
And that will go up once again tonight. Eight batters for the Angels, no balls out of the infield. Four strikeouts, 4 groundouts, and a liner. You talked about Calhoun's struggles. How about Maldonado? No hits in his last 31 at bats.
That's a long 0 for streak. And you can say, oh, it doesn't affect you, it doesn't affect you. Oh yeah, everything goes wrong. Everything tastes wrong, feels wrong. Go to your favorite restaurant, and you order your favorite dish and it doesn't taste right, you want to send it back. It's just a bad feeling.
From Tanaka. Now 3-1. What was your favorite dish during batting slumps?
Huh. Sometimes I felt so bad I just wouldn't eat. I'd punish myself, wouldn't allow myself to eat.
I don't believe that.
Fast food, always fast food, Kenny.
Fast food for the first Angels base runner.
When in doubt, I'd always go fast food.
Two-out walk issued by Tanaka to Maldonado. Ian Kinsler struck out back in the first inning. Kinsler 0 for his last 9.
You keep saying that. There was just a lot of Angels that are 0 for this and 0 for that. We got to get you on a positivity train here, Kenny. Give me a guy that's hot.
That's it, only those 3. Catch is made by the right fielder, Judge, on the first ball hit out of the infield off Tanaka tonight. Head to the 4th. There were over 42,000 hits, AJ, in the 2017 season. All you need is 1 to keep the streak alive. Download Beat the Streak today. Compete to win $5.6 million. Go to MLB.com/BTS or download Beat the Streak in the App Store today.
I was always terrible at that. Every time I'd pick a guy to click, he'd strike out 3 times, so people stopped asking me to pick him. So that's why I can't play that game, Kenny.
That's it, huh?
I'd be done every night. I'd have to restart. Never get to 2.
I don't know about you, but the only streaks I hear about at home are Snapchat streaks.
Oh boy. Thankfully my children don't have Snapchat.
Just wait.
Oh,
just wait.
I'm scared.
Aaron Hicks has driven in 3 runs. 2-run triple in the 2nd inning. So here's another one. Artie Aronoff working overtime tonight. Angels had never allowed at least 5 runs in each of the first 2 innings in franchise history. That has never happened until tonight.
That's why we're here, Kenny, to see history. We just saw history in the first 2 innings, and the Yankees did it to the Angels.
And the Angels played their first game back in April of 1961. Never had they allowed at least 5 runs in the first and then again in the second. That other game we mentioned in '79 against Texas, Rangers scored 8 and then 4 in the first 2 innings.
We were hoping for other kind of history, like Albert Pujols' 3,000th hit or Ohtani facing Tanaka.
Leadoff walk issued to Aaron Hicks as we send it to our FS1 studio for a game break. What's going on, Kevin Burkhardt? All right, so 11-0 there, 10-0 here.
Yes, but have they set a new record against the Angels? No, they have not. So I don't feel so bad right now. So thank you, Marty, for the great information.
And it's only the 4th inning.
That's true.
Marty looking to maintain his Washington, D.C. Hall of Fame status. Ground ball to the right side off the bat of Neil Walker. And the Angels unable to turn 2. They get the lead runner Hicks. Walker safe at first. So with 1 away at the top of the 4th inning, we check in once again with Ken Rosenthal. Ken.
Kenny, Miguel Andujar, a perfect example of the Yankees' embarrassment of riches. There is no way they can take him out of the lineup the way he is hitting. He's looking like a Rookie of the Year candidate right now. But the Yankees also are awaiting the return of Brandon Drury, who has been on the DL with an irritated tendon in his neck. Back-to-back 2-hit games at AAA.
Diving stop by Cozart. And the Angels again get the lead runner now 2 away. Ken?
So what do you do when Drury comes back? Great question. As I said, Andujar has to stay in the lineup. But Drury is a guy that the Yankees wanted all offseason. Finally got him in a 3-way trade with the D-backs and the Rays. He's just 25 years old. 3 more years of control after this. Andujar, of course, 23 years old, just turned 23 in fact. 5 more years of control after this one. Gleyber Torres is starting to establish himself at second base, another position that Drury plays. Aaron Boone told us before the game, Torres looks terrific defensively. These things generally have a way of working themselves out, but I'm not so sure about this one.
And now Torres is retired, and that will do it for the Yankees in the 4th as he flies out to the left fielder Upton. Back 10-0 Yankees, bottom of the fourth inning. Only one base runner for the Angels to this point, as Mike Trout leads off against Masahiro Tanaka. Trout grounded out to the second baseman Torres, his first time up. Trout, Upton, Pujols for the Angels here in the fourth inning.
And this is the inning the Angels have to get something done. Middle of their lineup down 10-0. Got to put a 1, 2, 3, 4 on the board to try to get the momentum a little bit.
Trout with the Angels' first base hit of the game.
Two-0 count. Still doesn't come with a fastball. Splitter down in the zone right where Mike Trout likes it. Solid base hit to left field.
Leadoff man on for the first time for the Angels tonight as Justin Upton steps in. Upton takes strike one. We mentioned the Angels without Ohtani and Andrelton Simmons in their starting lineup tonight due to injuries. How about Ohtani? Another home run last night, his fourth.
Just a quick inside 97. In off the plate, just a quick bat, right barrel to the ball. He has been a revelation for Major League Baseball, pitching and hitting. I didn't think he could do it, but so far he's proven a lot of people wrong by doing it the way he's doing it.
He's hit 4 home runs in his first 16 games as a batter. It took you 95 games to hit your fourth.
Man, I thought it would have been more like 195, so I'm proud of that, 95. But Ohtani, okay, here's where the problem comes in for the Angels. He sprained his ankle last night. They said he's day-to-day, but they need him to pitch more than they need him to hit. So he's out of the lineup tonight and possibly tomorrow because they need him ready for Tuesday to pitch.
Scheduled to start against the Orioles.
So if you're Mike Scioscia, it's kind of what do I do? I want him to hit because he's been so productive, especially at home. But then, man, he needs him to pitch. He needs to give him innings. He's one of the 2 guys that has gone 7 for him, so they need him ready to go on Tuesday, so they'll miss some DH time for him.
Full count with Pujols.
You talk about my home runs. That's the way I used to swing at a 3-1 pitch right there. Looking for a fastball, get the slider from Tanaka because you never know what he's going to throw. Most times he's going to throw something off speed, so Justin Upton looking for a fastball 3-1 and got the slider and looked like me up there hacking.
Payoff pitch, and Upton is down on strikes. 5th strikeout for Tanaka.
Ohtani's homer last night. Severino, one of the hardest thrower in Major League Baseball, tries to come in. Ohtani did not miss it. Cleared his hips. Just such a short, compact swing for a big man. And people didn't think he could hit the inside fastball. Talking to the Angels guys early in spring training, they weren't sure, but he's proven them all wrong, especially with swings like that on a ball off the plate.
Pujols struck out his first time up, so Ohtani takes Severino deep last night. He homered earlier off the reigning American League Cy Young Award winner Corey Kluber.
Those are some good names to put in your book. Kluber, very nice with the Cy Youngs. Severino with the stuff he has, possible Cy Young winner down the road. These just aren't guys that, you know, journeyman guys that these guys are. I mean, he's hitting these home runs off. He's hitting off the best of the best, which is what people are waiting to see, especially in the Angels organization.
Pujols, as we mentioned earlier, 5 hits shy of 3,000. 31 players in Major League history have reached the 3,000 hit mark. Only 3 have also hit at least 600 home runs. Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, Alex Rodriguez. 5 away.
Well, Kenny, you and I were texting back and forth during the week saying, oh, if Albert gets hot, we got a chance to see 3,000 hits. And unfortunately, he's chipped away at it, but he never got that 3 or 4 hit game to get him really close tonight. But I think his chances in getting 3,000 sometime soon.
1 hit in the series opener last night for Pujols. 2-2 from Tanaka. Another full count.
Now 3-2 right here. This is going to be some sort of an off-speed pitch for me from Tanaka. If he follows the pattern that he's been doing, which is anytime there's been a hitter's count or a count he thinks he can get in trouble, he's gone exclusively to the split or the slider.
Trout takes his lead off first. 1 out. Payoff pitch, and Pujols fouls it off.
And there was the split, 88, which is Tanaka's go-to pitch. Pujols saw a split his first at bat and struck out, so Tanaka and Sanchez remember that. Try to get him out here.
Tanaka delivers a called strike 3. Pujols strikes out for the second time tonight. Now 2 away.
Everyone in the building expecting something off speed, and what does Tanaka do? 95, an absolute perfect pitch. Down and away, four-seam fastball. Sanchez does a nice job of just massaging it up a little bit. Albert's like, Bill Miller, I'm a Hall of Famer, man. That's a ball. But Bill Miller called it a strike, and Albert goes back to the dugout.
So with 2 away, here's Valbuena. Struck out his first time up. Nothing in 2. The 0-2 to Valbuena. Only 2 base runners for the Angels so far tonight against Tanaka. Yankees took a 5-0 lead before Tanaka threw his first pitch. Trout the runner on first, 2 outs. Valbuena strikes out for the second time. We head to the 5th. Still 10-0. MLB on FS1 is sponsored by Charles Schwab. Own your tomorrow. And by Jim Beam, the world's #1 bourbon. Back in Anaheim, Kenny Albert, AJ Brzezinski, Ken Rosenthal. We head to the 5th inning. Yankees lead the Angels 10-0. Yankees chased Angels starter Garrett Richards. Lasted only an inning and 2/3. Third Angels pitcher of the night is 28-year-old left-hander Jose Alvarez. Guess what, AJ? Brett Gardner's leading off another inning for the Yankees. Third time tonight.
And rolling the 5th, so good sign for the Yanks. Alvarez has a good arm from the left side. See him rushing up there 94, 95. A little funky, kind of sidearm delivery.
He's allowed only 1 earned run all season in 11 innings and 14 appearances. Gardner 0 for 2 with a walk, came around to score back in the 2nd inning. Kinsler, 1 out. With the Yankees leading by 10, we head to Kevin Burkhardt in our FS1 studio for another game break. Kevin. So we had an 11-0, 11-2, 10-0 here. What's going on?
The live baseball era. That's what's going on, Kenny. Lots of hits, lots of excitement. Fans love the hits. They don't want to see shutouts. They want to see runs scored.
Well, Aaron Judge has 3 hits tonight. He's 3 for 3. Gregorius with the 10 home runs this month. Last April, it was Aaron Judge who hit 10. Last time a team had back-to-back seasons with a different player hitting 10 home runs in April, the Astros, 2002 and 2003 with Lance Berkman and then Jeff Bagwell. 10 home runs in back-to-back Aprils.
Now, is that another Marty nugget or is that a Kenny Albert nugget?
That's a rare nugget we cannot give Marty credit for tonight.
Nice. Way to go, Kenny. Did you just have that? You had that ready to go, primed and ready to go before the first pitch tonight, didn't you?
What do you think I was doing all day yesterday?
Oh, some of us were working whip around on FS1 and
I heard.
playing in stats.
I heard. Judge down on strikes. 2 up, 2 down for the Yankees here in the 5th against Alvarez.
Good pitch by Alvarez.
Of course, we have to give an assist to the folks at Stats Inc. as well.
Of course.
I ask the question, they provide the answer.
There's the whip around. See myself, Eric Karros, Dontrell Willis, Nick Swisher on whip around on FS1.
You were out here all week in Southern California.
I enjoyed the weather. It was a little chilly out here, Kenny. I know back east some people have had some problems with the weather, but I mean, it was high of 70 out here in Southern California without a cloud in the sky, so they didn't really need to work on their weather out here.
We feel so bad for you.
I mean, I had to wear a long sleeve shirt to go to dinner after whip around. How dare they?
You mean they let you out for dinner?
They did. They did. We finished just in time. When I wasn't messing up the what matters most after the whip around show, they let me out for dinner.
A 1-2-3 5th and perhaps another dinner tonight for AJ. Bottom of the fifth with the Yankees leading the Angels 10-0. 5 runs in the first, 5 runs in the second inning. Here's Zach Cozart leading off against Masahiro Tanaka, and he takes a called strike. You know, we're talking about whip around and your real tough week out here in Southern California. During our visit with Aaron Boone, as Cozart sends this one to deep left field, and the Angels are on the board. Number 3 on the season for Zach Cozart.
Slider by Tanaka, hanging slider. Definition of a hanging slider. Cozart stays on it, gets the launch angle correct, deposits out in the left field stands to put the Angels on the board.
Career high 24 home runs last season for Cozart. His 3rd as an Angel. Here's Cole Calhoun. So before I was rudely interrupted by Zach Cozart.
How dare Zach Cozart interrupt you, Ken?
As I was saying, during our chat with Aaron Boone, he told us that he was checking you out on whip around during the week.
Him and Phil Nevin, they said, went back to the room.
Phil Nevin, the Yankees' 3rd base coach.
Said they were enjoying a nice glass of water, he said. And they were watching the whip around. So
that's what they do for entertainment.
That is what they do for entertainment. They were critiquing me, and then I'm surprised. Normally Phil Nevin sends me texts whenever I do something or he sees me do something, so I'm surprised I didn't get a text from him and Booney.
You mentioned Aaron Boone grew up here in Southern California. His dad, a former Angel. His high school, Villa Park High School, just 5 miles from Angel Stadium.
And he was telling stories about running around the Angel Stadium back when his dad was here in the 80s. And I believe you asked him who his favorite player was. What was his answer, Kenny?
Well, he named several former Angels. When we first asked him about his favorite memory, he said, I basically lived in this ballpark as a teenager. Gary Pettis, Wally Joyner, George Hendrick, and Rupert Jones were the 4 players he mentioned. We asked him, other than your dad, who was your favorite? And class of '91 at Villa Park High School.
Can we get a close-up of that yearbook picture with the hair, please?
Going deep into the archives for that one. Speaking of photos,
look at that hair. That is we need Booney to, Aaron, when you listen, please bring that back. Playing football. He looks so small. Doesn't he look small in that picture compared to the other guy? Who else was on his team? Judge and Stanton?
A 1-2 to Calhoun. And then, as you pointed out, you and Aaron Boone were drafted back-to-back in the 1994 draft. AJ went 71st overall to the Twins, and then Aaron Boone with the next pick, 72nd overall to the Cincinnati Reds.
That's right. I always had that, and trust me, Booney never brings that up to me ever.
Our colleague C.J. Nitkowski, 9th overall in that same draft.
C.J. did, huh?
But I did not realize that you guys were back-to-back.
That's right. And Booney, trust me, when I see Booney, he's always like, I can't believe you went 1 pick ahead of me. And I always tell him, well, you know, you can't hide talent, Aaron. Booney had a tremendous career, best known for hitting the 2003 walk-off home run in the ALCS for the Yankees against the Red Sox. He also blew me up at the plate one time on opening day in 2006, I believe, and he lets me know about that also.
And then you apparently stepped on him another time.
That was before, though.
Calhoun down on strikes. Well, 3 years before he was drafted back-to-back with you, he was actually an Angels pick, but decided to attend USC, did not sign.
I think he made the right decision. I came out of high school, but coming out of high school is a tough thing for people. And he knew what professional baseball, obviously growing up here in Angel Stadium and his dad being a longtime big leaguer. So he knew what he was getting in for, and he chose to go to USC and made the right decision. And look at him now. He's gone from the broadcast booth to managing the New York Yankees.
When we asked him about growing up in this ballpark, he also mentioned he and his friends would sneak up and find some terrific food in a suite up at press level. That was one of his biggest memories.
Always remember the food, Kenny. Always remember the food.
Marte on one hop. Gregorius across for out number 2. Yankees with a 10-1 lead for manager Aaron Boone. Down to Ken.
Kenny, I like our conversation, the part where AJ said to Aaron Boone, hey, you're starting to get some gray hair. Now, we've all seen how that job, managing in the big leagues, can age people. And Aaron Boone shot back, I already had a little bit of gray, so nothing has changed yet.
Well, Kenny, he's got to be for me, other than the managerial experience factor that he didn't have going into this job, he's the perfect Yankee manager as far as one thing: managing the media, handling the media.
As you mentioned, he's been on this side of the business for the last decade or so, and Maldonado grounds out to Andujar to end the inning. Yankees with a 10-1 lead. They batted around in each of the first 2 innings. Angels allowed at least 5 in the first and the second for the first time in franchise history. Masahiro Tanaka, smooth sailing. Jose Alvarez retired the Yankees in order in the 5th. And now Noé Ramirez, the 4th Angels pitcher of the night, facing Giancarlo Stanton. He'll be followed by Sanchez and then Hicks.
That's Ramirez's out pitch, that slider from a low 3/4 angle. Had an opportunity to catch this guy with the Red Sox 2014, and that's his pitch. He drops down a little bit and kind of frisbees that slider up there, especially to right-handed hitters. Up the middle off the bat of Stanton. Cozart
Throw is off the mark. Leadoff man is on for the Yankees here in the 6th.
Hit or error, Kenny? Before I write it down on my scorebook.
I would say error.
Okay. So the slider from Ramirez. Tough play for Cozart. Ranges a long way. Couldn't get his feet quite settled and underneath it and throws it away, but base hit.
All right, I'm 1 for 2. We got the challenge right.
I knew that wouldn't take long.
So an infield hit for Stanton. Here's Gary Sanchez. Double did a run back in the 1st inning. He scored a couple, struck out his last time up. Yankees 5 runs on 3 hits in the 1st inning. Angels committed an error and a pass ball. 5 runs, 5 hits in the 2nd. As Sanchez pops out to the shortstop, Cozart. 1 away. Time for another game break to Kevin Burkhardt in our FS1 studio. Finally, a close game.
Well, it's only the 1st inning, so.
Still, it was only the 1st inning here, 5-0.
That's true. Kenny, you're full of good points tonight. You know that? Between you and Marty, man, I'm impressed.
See what happens when you leave the studio? Aaron Hicks has driven in 3 of the 10 Yankee runs. Yankees coming into this game 7 straight wins, outscoring their opponents in those games 51-16.
Well, 4 of those games were against the Twins in Yankee Stadium, who they absolutely, positively own in Yankee Stadium for the last almost 20 years now. So they look at the schedule and they're like, okay, we got 4 wins here. The Twins are coming to Yankee Stadium.
But they did trail in 3 of those games against Minnesota.
But there was never a doubt they were going to win.
Hicks down on strikes. 2 away. Scott's pitch, hit, and run is Major League Baseball's free skills competition for boys and girls ages 7 through 14. Find a free competition in your local community at pitchhitrun.com. Two outs. Here's Neil Walker. Has scored 2 runs, drove in a run back in the 2nd inning. Walker starting at first base. Tyler Austin is serving the 2nd of his 4-game suspension following the incident against Red Sox and Joe Kelly. So the Yankees with only 2 position players available as Stanton is now in scoring position.
That sounds like a big deal, only 2 guys, but in the American League with the DH, don't have to worry about pinch hitting. And as versatile as most of these guys are, Neil Walker can play a bunch of positions. Torres can play a bunch of positions. Torres can play anywhere on the field. So it's not as big of a deal as you would think it is. But Tyler Austin was off to a great start, and he'll be missed. But so far in these 2 games, the Yankees are still finding ways to win.
Following the wild pitch, 1-1 to Walker. Marte to the bag. And that will do it for the Yankees in the 6th. If you joined us late, you probably missed most of the scoring. Yankees with 10 runs the first 2 innings. Leading the Angels 10-1. Ian Kinsler leading off against Masahiro Tanaka, who has allowed only 3 base runners over the first 5 innings. Bounce to the third baseman Andujar. Kinsler is retired. Time now for Flipping the Switch, sponsored by Boost Mobile.
In the game keys, we said Tanaka had to fool these guys. Well, there you go. All these balls start out as strikes and end up as balls, and just swings and misses at bad pitches. You say, why do they swing at that? Because they look like strikes, and then you know what you do after that? 95 at the knees to Albert Pujols. Expecting the ball to go out of the zone, Tanaka paints a fastball down and away. Even the great Albert Pujols can't do anything with it. So Tanaka's done exactly what we said. Keep fooling them. Throw balls that look like strikes and end up as balls, and he's done that tremendous tonight.
Mike Trout had the Angels' first base hit, a single to left field back in the 4th inning. The other Angels hit a Zach Cozart leadoff home run in the 5th. Trout 1 for 2, now 4 for 10 lifetime against Tanaka.
And that surprises me. I would think not that anything's wrong with 4 for 10, but with Trout's swing playing, Tanaka's pitch playing, you would think these two would match up. It would be a huge advantage for Trout. Trout kills the low pitch. Tanaka throws all low pitches.
Tanaka's had great success against the Angels. 4 prior starts in his career. He hasn't lost, and his earned run average against the Angels 1.63, his lowest against any opponent he's faced more than once. And that has continued here tonight.
Well, if there's one thing I can promise you, he's not gonna take the loss in this game no matter what happens.
You don't think?
Well, even if they start coming back, he'll be long gone by the time he gives up 10.
That's the second walk issued by Tanaka. And that will be all for Mike Trout, as Chris Young will come in to run for Trout. Young, a former Yankee. So in a 10-1 game, an early exit for Trout.
Just trying to save his legs a little bit, get him off his feet. Already collected a hit and a walk.
Here's Justin Upton 0 for 2, struck out his last time up.
Night game tomorrow for the Angels on Sunday Night Baseball. They're going to Houston, I believe.
Yankees.
Sorry, the Yankees are going to Houston. Sorry, so that's why you see Gregorius is out of the game for Torreyes. I mean, just you try to catch innings for these guys any chance you get.
Angels will host Baltimore following this series.
That's right.
Two from Tanaka to Upton, and Upton strikes out for the second time. That's the 9th strikeout for Masahiro Tanaka tonight. Albert Pujols still 5 shy of 3,000. We mentioned earlier only 3 have reached at least 600 home runs and 3,000 base hits.
Those are 3 pretty big names to be associated with when Albert gets his 3,000th hit. Willie Mays, many people consider one of the all-time greats. Hank Aaron, obviously one of the all-time greats. And Alex Rodriguez, another one.
Alex in the ballpark tonight, getting ready for his telecast tomorrow.
I saw him, and he was being interviewed by Someone, as we walked into the Yankee clubhouse, dressed to the nines, of course. He even made Kenny Albert look like he wasn't dressed nicely tonight.
He was here last night as well. He's also a consultant with the Yankees.
He was earning his paycheck from the Yankees.
Popped up, shallow right. And it's Neil Walker who makes the play. To retire Pujols, he is now 0 for 3. We head to the 7th in Anaheim. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear with superior performing tires that knock it out of the park. Goodyear, more driven.
How do you get a ride in the blimp? Can you arrange that for me, Kenny?
We can arrange that for you.
Is it scary? Have you been up in one?
Not in a blimp, no.
I think it's scary. It's cool views. It's amazing views. So.
Would you head up in the blimp?
If I was invited, how could you say no?
How about in the 8th inning?
Well, can we arrange that? That'd be. Maybe we could. Rene Rivera.
And there's Chris Young in center field. Diving stop by Cozart. And Duhar beats the throw. With the Yankees leading 10-1, time for yet another game break to Kevin Burkhardt in our FS1 studio. So 8 straight for the Rays. Yankees, barring a miraculous comeback by the Angels tonight, will win their 8th straight.
And we were talking about whip around earlier. We almost did a Rays chat last night. Instead, we picked the A's to discuss how well the A's were playing. But Monday on the whip around, Kevin Burkhardt and the boys might have to do a Rays chat if they win tomorrow.
8 straight. Marte has moved to left field from first base. You saw Rivera now at first for the Angels. There's Jeffrey Marte. So Upton out of the game. And Duhar, runner on first, following his 3rd hit of the game for the Yankees, as Torres fouls it off. 1 and 2. Jason Shreve up in the Yankee pen.
That's interesting because Tanaka's pitch count is down. He looks relatively comfortable out there. That's surprising. Maybe there's something we're missing. We need Ken Rosenthal on that story.
88 pitches for Tanaka through 6 innings. Torres down on strikes. On the appeal to the first base umpire, Angel Hernandez. 1 away. Next Saturday, it's a baseball doubleheader at FS1 starting at 4 Eastern, Tigers and Royals. Then at 8 Eastern, it's the Dodgers and the Padres. Catch it all next Saturday, FS1, or stream it live on Fox Sports Go. One away, top of the 7th inning. Here's Brett Gardner. 0 for 3 with a walk, scored a run back in the 2nd inning. First pitch, center field, Chris Young for out number 2.
Hidden in all the madness, Kenny, in the first 2 innings is the fact that the Angels bullpen has done a really nice job. Take away the Paredes when he came in with some traffic on the bases and gave up some runs. After that, they've been all zeros. They've actually held them in the game, and they've given them enough length to where Mike Scioscia's like, okay, we can piece this together for a couple more innings and not have to burn everybody in the bullpen.
Paredes went 2 1/3, allowed 1 run. Perfect inning for Alvarez. And now Ramirez working his 2nd inning of relief. Facing Aaron Judge, who has 3 hits tonight. Yankees have scored 10 runs without a long ball. Angels have the only home run tonight. Now 1-2 on Aaron Judge. Again, chance of let's go Yankees here in Anaheim.
2 straight nights of let's go Yankees. There was a beach ball out in right field. I think the ball boy ran out there to retrieve. That was the delay.
Judge down on strikes. 7th inning stretch time in Anaheim. Yankees lead by 9. Bottom of the 7th inning at Anaheim. The MLB at Bat mobile app brings every baseball moment to your favorite devices. Catch it all season with the free MLB.tv Game of the Day, live radio broadcasts, in-game highlights, stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today at your #1 app for live baseball. Well, Masahiro Tanaka exits with a 10-1 lead. Jason Shreve will make his 10th appearance out of the Yankee pen, the 27-year-old left-hander from Las Vegas. Tanaka allowed just 2 base hits, 1 run, season high 9 strikeouts.
A very strong performance by Tanaka. Obviously the numbers show that, but I think Aaron Boone wanted to come out on a positive note, had some ups and downs, and has some guys fresh in the bullpen. Want to get Shreve in the game. Shreve's a interesting left-handed. His best pitch is a changeup, so you'll even see that against left-handed hitters.
Facing Valbuena, who has struck out twice tonight.
And no one's happier to see Tanaka out of the game than Valbuena. He had 2 at-bats off Tanaka where he was doing the Zorro. He was just swinging around and had no idea what was coming. He made some good pitches to him, but Valbuena's happy to see Tanaka gone.
Shreve falls behind 3-0. Valbuena leading off for the Angels here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Three and 1. Yankees rocked the Angels early. 5 runs in the first, 5 runs in the 2nd inning. And Valbuena sends this one to deep left center. On his way to second, and he is in. With the Angels' 3rd hit, their 2nd extra base hit of the night.
This is how you change your night as a position player. 2 bad strikeouts, get to a 3-1 count, get a fastball out over the plate from a left-handed pitcher, driving in the left center field gap for a double. They're looking so bad off Tanaka. They're just having such a good at-bat and a good swing. It's amazing how just a different pitcher, a different angle changes everything in an at-bat.
Here's Cozart, who took Tanaka deep his last time up. Hicks moving to his right to retire Cozart, 1 away. You know, it's funny you talk about seeing a different arm angle, and the term launch angle came up during our conversation with Mike Scioscia prior to the game, and he said it's actually not a new term. His first hitting coach was the great Mickey Vernon back in 1976 with the Dodgers, and as Mike was telling the story, he said Mickey Vernon was close with Ted Williams, and they used to talk about some of these things, but using different names and different terms.
I think Mike Scioscia summed it up best when he said there's things in baseball that you couldn't quantify, and now they're being quantified with terms like launch angle.
He said
spin rate.
Mickey Vernon used to refer to it as the happy zone.
That's right. Happy zone is when you're looking for a pitch you want to drive, and he was saying if you get it out front, you'll get the ball in the air and you'll have good launch angle. But before, we didn't have a term for it, and now with all the sabermetrics and analytics and everything, you have terms for spin rate. You could hear you knew a guy had a good curveball, but you couldn't quantify it.
Mickey Vernon, a 2-time American League batting champion.
Scioscia said that Ted Williams used to talk about a slight uppercut, which is what everyone's teaching, and I was always taught to have a slight uppercut. Everyone said swing down on the ball, but as you got older and I got into professional baseball, they were talking about a slight uppercut to keep the ball on a line, But now they're using it even more of an uppercut to get the ball in the air with backspin.
And you mentioned the curveball. Social also told us with a pitcher such as Don Sutton back in the Dodgers organization, and he said you could actually hear the curveball.
That's a good feeling as a catcher, hearing the curveball, but when you're hitting and you can hear the curveball, that's not such a good feeling.
Much, huh?
No. You don't want to be able to hear a curveball when you're hitting.
What does it sound like?
It sounds like a buzzing. It's almost like a snap, like a snap of your fingers and then a buzzing when you hear it come out of a guy's hand. And as soon as you hear that, you know you're in trouble. Adam Wainwright used to have a curve when he was a couple years younger, and he had a curveball like that. A.J. Burnett was one that had one like that. They throw it, and instead of seeing it, you could hear it coming at you. And as soon as they threw it, I was like, I might as well just walk back to the dugout because I'm out.
Leadoff double for Valbuena. 1 out. 0-2 on Cole Calhoun.
This is a good at bat by Calhoun. He's been struggling, as we've talked about, but facing a left-handed pitcher, fouling off pitches, battling, even though they're down 10-1 in the 7th inning. If he somehow sneaks out a hit or hits the ball hard, this is the kind of at bat that can lead to getting hot, because you go back and you say, okay, I made an out, or I did this, I did that. But 0-2 against a left-handed pitcher just gives you a good feeling no matter what happens. Good take on a slider down and away. These are the at bats that get you seeing the ball and get you to lock back in.
A 1-2 from Jason Shreve. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, tomorrow, NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series heads to Talladega, the Geico 500, as Kyle Busch looks for his 4th straight win. Catch all the action starting at 1:30 Eastern on Fox. Stream it live on Fox Sports Go. Cole Calhoun awaiting the 2-2 from Jason Shreve with 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning. Yankees leading the Angels 10-1. It's the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Calhoun. Moving to third is Valbuena.
That was a lawn dart, Kenny. Nothing Sanchez could do on that. That ball bounced almost in the grass. People say 59-footer. This is more like a 55-footer. Ooh. And
Off the mask.
Sanchez did everything right, but when a ball bounces that far in front of the plate, bounces that high, you just close your eyes and hope it goes straight down instead of bouncing away like it did.
Payoff pitch to Calhoun, and he's down on strikes. First strikeout for Shreve, 2 away.
Calhoun's thinking, it's 10-1. We're losing. It's a 3-2 count. And I get a 3-2 splitter changeup from a left-handed pitcher to strike out on. He's just trying to get a ground ball, get anything right there to get the run in. And that's the way pitching's changed. From throwing a lot of fastballs in these counts to now anything at any time, no matter what the score.
Jeffrey Marte is 0 for 2, has grounded out twice to the shortstop Gregorius. Shreve on in relief of Tanaka, who was outstanding. Went 6 innings, allowed 1 run on 2 hits, 1 walk. Season high 9 strikeouts for Masahiro Tanaka. To Marte, ball 3.
2-0 changeup from Shreve there with a 9-run lead and 2 outs. Just amazing. It really is amazing how guys just feel more comfortable now throwing their off speed instead of fastballs and fastball counts.
Full count. Leadoff double for Valbuena. Now at third following a wild pitch. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Pitch to Marte, and he strikes out to end the inning. 7 innings in the books in Anaheim. Going further so you can. And by Hankook Tire. Chase down your passion, never halfway. Back in Anaheim, Kenny Albert, AJ Pierzynski, Ken Rosenthal. We move to the 8th with the Yankees leading 10-1 as Ronald Torreyes gets set to bat for the first time tonight. Anyone you talk to, and Aaron Boone said it to us as well. Sounds like he's one of those great guys to have in a clubhouse, Ronald Torreyes.
They love the toe. That's what Aaron Boone told us today. He flies out to left, but they love the toe. Every time he puts him on the field, he does something to help him win a game, and the players and staff absolutely love this kid.
1 pitch, 1 down. As Torreyes returns to the Yankee dugout. Here's Giancarlo Stanton. And And Stanton sends this one to deep center field. And it will stay in the ballpark as the catch is made on the warning track by Chris Young for out number 2, as we take a look at the dynamic play of the game presented by Hankook Tires. And it's Gary Sanchez with a run-scoring double off Garrett Richards way back in the first inning.
That was a long time ago when the Yankees were just circling the pillows out there. 10 runs in the first 2 innings, but Gary Sanchez getting it all going.
Sanchez driving in one of the 5 first-inning runs for the Yankees. They would score 5 again in the second. First time in Angels history, they've been around since 1961. First time they've allowed at least 5 runs in each of the first 2 innings in a game. Yankees with 3 hits from Aaron Judge and Miguel Andujar. Aaron Hicks has driven in 3. Coming into this game, AJ, Angels 0-4 against the American League East. They were swept in a 3-game series by the Red Sox, lost to the Yankees last night in 10.
They were bludgeoned by the Red Sox in the 3-game series also, and then last night lost a tough game.
Well hit, center field, Young on the run, it's off the wall. Sanchez heading for second, and he is in. So we just had a look at his first inning double. Does it again here in the 8th.
This is what you're supposed to do with a 2-0 fastball. Just get the head out. This is an absolute laser off the Yokohama tire sign in dead center field. He hit it so hard that Chris Young played it almost into a single, throw him out of second. If the throw's on line, Gary Sanchez is in trouble here, but when you hit the ball that hard, you deserve a double automatically.
5th extra base hit for the Yankees tonight. 4 doubles and a triple. Aaron Hicks had the triple, driving in 2 runs back in the second inning, and he is at the plate here facing Ramirez with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, Gary Sanchez.
I know home runs are the ones we talk about the exit velocity on, but I want to know what the exit velocity was of that ball that Gary Sanchez just hit, because that ball didn't go much more than 10 to 12 feet off the air, and I mean, it might have moved the center field wall back about 5 feet. 112 miles per hour off the bat. I mean, on an absolute just pellet off the center field wall. He just would have got his launch angle right, Kenny. That would have been a home run.
That's right. Just ask Mickey Vernon or Ted Williams. 2-2 on Aaron Hicks. Ramirez working his 3rd inning out of the Angels' pen. Starter Garrett Richards lasted just an inning and 2/3. He allowed 9 runs, 5 earned.
Here's the old catch-22 for a reliever right now. So Ramirez is giving you 3 innings. Paredes gave you a couple innings. Well, guess what they need for tomorrow night? They need a long guy. So now that sets the Angels up to make a move from AAA, meaning, hey, we need a long guy so someone could be on the shuttle. And one of the 2 guys who did a great job for you might have to be sent back down for doing too well. So this is where Major League Baseball kind of stinks for players sometimes, because with the starting pitcher Skaggs tomorrow night, you need someone to back him, just in case something crazy happens like tonight and both of your long guys are already used.
It'll be Skaggs and CC Sabathia in the series finale tomorrow, following A walk to Aaron Hicks. With Sabathia watching from the Yankee dugout, that will be all for Ramirez. Superior performing tires that knock it out of the park. Goodyear, more driven. Fifth pitcher of the night for the Angels. 32-year-old right-hander Blake Parker, former Yankee, pitched in 16 games for the Yankees 2 seasons ago. Allowed the Gregorius home run in the top of the 10th last night. In to face Neil Walker with 2 on, 2 outs.
And this guy was really good for the Angels last year, and this year he's had a little bit of a struggle so far, but still early in the season for Blake Parker to turn it around. He's going to get plenty of opportunities, as we've talked about, Kenny. The Angels aren't afraid to make moves to their bullpen.
One to Walker, base hit into right field. And the Yankees will take an 11-1 lead as Sanchez comes home. Second run batted in of the night for Neil Walker. Time now, AJ, for the Miller Lite player profile.
Miguel Andujar. See the graphic? Anytime you're in a graphic with Joe DiMaggio and Mickey Mantle saying age 23 or younger to get an extra base hit in 7 straight games, it's pretty special company to be in, especially as a New York Yankee. And 3 for 4 tonight with a double, but he should be 4 for 4 because Zach Cozart absolutely robbed him in his 4th at bat.
Just foul.
And that would have been right on cue by Mr. Andujar if he would have hit a ringing double after we make him the player profile and show the graphic. This kid can hit. Aaron Boone loves the energy he brings. He loves his swing. Leading the league in doubles, and he didn't start the season in major leagues.
Behind in the count, 0-2. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. Hicks on third, Walker over at first. And Duhar pops it into shallow left. Catch made by Cozart. Yankees add a run. It's now 11-1 New York. Bottom of the 8th inning in Anaheim. Yankees leading the Angels 11-1. Play ball is MLB's initiative to inspire all forms of baseball and softball participation, making play opportunities available and fun for everyone. To learn more, go to playball.org. Third Yankee pitcher of the night making his debut with the organization is A.J. Cole, acquired from Washington by the Yankees on Monday. So it is Yankee debut facing Martin Maldonado with a 10-run lead.
A.J. Cole was always a huge prospect for the Washington Nationals. Actually faced him in his major league debut in Atlanta.
How'd you do?
He had about a Garrett Richards start that game against us, I believe. But big arm, tall guy, good angle. Just had trouble being consistent out there, especially with Washington. Therefore, he's now a New York Yankee. But the potential is there for this guy to be a good big league pitcher.
Moving to his right to Reyes. Maldonado is retired.
Number 3, Ian Kinsler.
And that debut for Cole was on this date 3 years ago today.
Gosh.
Excellent work, AJ.
That's unbelievable.
April 28th, 2015 in Atlanta. So we know where you were 3 years ago today. It was AJ against AJ.
That's right. How'd he do?
2 innings, 9 runs, only 4 earned. How did you do?
I know I got at least 1 hit.
No wonder you brought this up. You were 4 for 4 with 4 runs batted in.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. I promise you I did not know that. But
okay, we believe you. Base hit into right field off the bat of Ian Kinsler. So 4 of your 2043 career hits came in that game 3 years ago today.
well, happy anniversary. Who knew? I didn't. I promise you, I had no idea. I knew I got 1 hit off Cole, but I didn't know I had 4 hits.
Well, they didn't all come off Cole.
No, he was out after 2 innings, so it's a tough major league debut, though. 2 innings, 9 runs.
You batted cleanup that day for the Braves.
Shows you how bad the Braves were in 2015. Freddie Freeman must have had the day off.
Well, he was actually right ahead of you, and he had 4 hits as well.
Oh, see, protection.
He was 4 for 6. You were 4 for 4.
Honestly, the only reason I even remember that game was because Cole started, and I had never seen this before. He threw his first big league pitch, and the catcher, maybe Lobaton or whoever, I'm not sure who the catcher was, Wilson Ramos, they took the ball out, and I'd never seen him take the first pitch. Usually you wait for a strikeout or an out or something. And I remember guys from our dugout yelling, "Why'd you take the ball out?" And then he gave up his first hit, and guys were like, "You want that ball?" And then they gave up the next hit, and "You want that ball?" And a home run. "You want that ball?" It was just like kind of an avalanche on poor Mr. Cole. But I'd never seen someone take the first pitch a guy throws out of a game.
Young down on strikes. 2 away. So the question is, did you keep the ball following each hit?
I did not. I did not. That was, like I said, I promise I didn't know that. I really did not know that. That's why I remember it, because of the fact that guys were yelling at him, "You want that ball? You want that ball?" So I know we were a feisty Braves team back in 2015. I think we won about 65 games that year.
I wonder how many AJ against AJ matchups there have been in Major League history.
I know myself and AJ Burnett, there's 2. AJ Cole. I don't know. I drew a blank on AJ's after that.
Ken Rosenthal, remember any others?
He has to. Kenny?
AJ Ellis.
I never faced him as a hitter, though.
I understand that. Kenny was just asking if there were any other AJs playing Major League Baseball. And I'm sure there have been some others throughout history as well.
Ken, I assume you
AJ
did not,
Hinch being another one.
There
The
you
truck
go.
is feeding me all kinds of great
I
information
assume you
here.
did not remind AJ that he had 4 hits in that game?
I did not, but AJ's Atlanta career was marked by a non-retirement announcement. He never actually retired, as far as I know. Is that correct, AJ?
I'm still an active player, Ken. That's right. I could strap it back on at any point.
Could be needed by a club at any moment.
I'm just waiting on that call. I'm still in the spring training they ran for the free agents.
He's ready to go.
Just 2 years later. Let me explain something to you. If I had to put on a uniform and play right now, it would not be a pretty sight.
But all kidding aside, AJ, top 10 all-time games caught, pretty good.
Not too bad. Hey, I did a lot better than I ever thought I did, Ken, back when I started. So I'm proud of it. So thank you, Ken, for the kind words. And we'll stop babbling now so you can get more hits.
I mean, all kidding aside, 2,043 hits. I'm sure you weren't thinking that when you made your Major League debut, right? You would get to that number?
When I made my Major League debut, I'll never forget. It was in this stadium, as a matter of fact. And my first day in the big leagues, was the day Mark McGwire broke the home run record. And they stopped BP, and he came up to show it on the big screen, and he hit it off Steve Traxel, as we all know. And that was my first day in the big leagues, and I was like, this big league thing's pretty cool, and made my actual playing debut the next day, and went on to play. And I remember thinking, man, you know, the goal is to play 10 years, and I'm like, when I got my first full year, I was 23, and I was like, I got to do this for 10 more years. There's no way on earth I can make it. And then made it 19, so did all right.
First game, September 9th, 1998. And among your teammates that day, Paul Molitor, David Ortiz.
Yeah, 2 Hall of Famers.
Speaking of Hall of Famers,
this
he'll be
guy
in Cooperstown before long.
He should be a first ballot guy. As we've mentioned, 600 home runs, going to have 3,000 hits. And his nickname, there's never probably been a more fitting nickname than the Machine, because this guy is a hitting machine. Knows how to hit, loves to hit. There were some questions when he came to Anaheim, oh, how will he do it? But every year you can just chalk him down for big numbers.
Left field, Brett Gardner. We head to the 9th in Anaheim. Gleyber Torres leads off for the Yankees against Blake Parker. Top of the 9th inning. Yankees scored 5 in the first, 5 in the second. Took a 10-0 lead. Chased Garrett Richards after an inning and 2/3. Foul back to the screen. 1-1 on Torres. Yankees doing it without a home run tonight. They went deep in each of their last 12 games prior to this one, and lead the league with 40.
That just goes to show you the depth of all the facets that the Yankee offense can hurt you. They hurt the Angels tonight with doubles. They hit double, 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 double. Walks and doubles tonight for the Yankees.
And the Angels didn't help themselves. An error pass ball in the first inning, as Torres crushes this one. Another double for the Yankees, their 5th of the night.
Left fielder.
Right on cue, Mr. Torres, as we talk about them hitting doubles. Four-seam fastball up in the zone with 2 strikes, gets on top of it, hits it over the head of Marte, who didn't have the best route efficiency, I'm guessing, on StatCast. But he gets it in, holds him to a double.
Leadoff man on for the 6th time in 9 innings for the Yankees tonight. Brett Gardner is 0 for 4, walked and scored back in the 2nd inning.
The only Yankee without a hit so far in the starting lineup, so this is a night saver right here for Brett Gardner if he can sneak a hit in instead of going 0 for 5, going back to the hotel thinking about what a tough night. I mean, you get this one hit right here, you go back and everything tastes better.
Bounce foul. Off to the right side, 0-2 on Gardner.
AJ Ramos, by the way, is another one. Now that we go back to the AJs, I forgot about him with the Mets.
Stanton's roommate. They're living
Stanton's
together.
roommate, that's correct.
Former teammates with the Marlins.
I have to thank Scott Merkin, who's listening. He's the beat writer for the Chicago White Sox. He texted me and said, don't forget about AJ Ramos.
You have a Yankee and a Met living together in New York. How about that?
It's blasphemy, isn't it, in New York? Kenny, you're a big New York guy. I didn't know they could live together like that.
Well, they have the prior history.
That's true. They were very tight with the Marlins. They probably don't see each other a whole lot because they're always on different schedules, right? So it's actually probably the perfect arrangement. It's like they're living by themselves.
Gardner now 0 for 5 as he heads back to the Yankee dugout. Aaron Judge with 3 hits tonight. He has struck out his last 2 plate appearances. 0-1.
A lot of good off-speed pitches by Parker, not only to Gardner, but first pitch to Judge there.
Leadoff double for Torres, now 1 away. 0-2 on Aaron Judge.
Last thing you want as a catcher is taking a foul ball in an 11-1 game in the 9th inning. Just hoping to get out of this game clean. Maldonado takes a foul ball off the bat of Judge, and see by the look on his face, that one hurt a little bit.
Parker, the 5th Angels pitcher of the night. He strikes out Judge for out number 2.
For 2 good off-speed pitches to Judge, he just rears back and throws it by him here for strike 3. Judge went from 3 for 3, feeling real good about himself, to 3 for 6 with 3 punch outs. So turn around real quick.
Right, 4 strikeouts last night, 3 hits in the first 3 innings today, and now 3 strikeouts.
But I guarantee he's walking back to the dugout smiling because they're going to win the first 2 games of this series.
Here's Torres, fly to left, his first at bat. CC Sabathia, Tyler Skaggs tomorrow. Series finale. Yankees 4-3-10 last night, and they lead this game 11-1. Kinsler to first. To retire Torreyes, we head to the bottom of the ninth in Anaheim. One run, only 5 hits for the Angels tonight as Luis Valbuena leads off here in the bottom of the ninth against A.J. Cole. Valbuena 1 for 3, struck out twice, doubled his last time up. Great job by our entire crew tonight here in Anaheim, led by producer Ed Barnes, director Doug Freeman, and the rest of the gang. Two-1 from Cole up the middle, second hit of the night for Valbuena.
Shortstop, number 7, Cozart.
Here's Cozart, who provided the only run of the evening for the Angels when he took Tanaka deep, leading off the 5th inning. His 3rd home run of the season. 1-2 to Cozart. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We talk about the potential of A.J. Cole and all the hype that he had with the Nationals for all those years being a top prospect. But if you watch the swings the Angels are having, this guy's throwing 90, 92, 93, 94 with a good slider, but they just don't. They must see it well.
Torres with the flip to second on the first double play. And now the Angels are down to their final out. This summer, the World Cup is coming to Fox and FS1. Every match live and over 300 hours of coverage. The world's biggest sporting event begins June 14th on Fox and FS1.
Just as I say that, Zach Cozart hits a weak ground ball to short for 2, but all the at-bats before that were good at-bats where guys were having just good swings off of Cole. So they must just see the ball well off of him. He's a big guy with good angle, good stuff.
Cole Calhoun 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts.
When's the last time 2 guys named Cole faced each other?
C-O-L-E, K-O-L-E. Cole to Cole. 1-1. You don't miss a thing, AJ.
No.
Up the middle, base hit. So K-O-L-E wins the battle over C-O-L-E. Yankees 1 out away from their 8th straight win. They've outscored their opponents now 62-17 during this streak.
That's a nice streak for the Yankees. The Red Sox were in danger of kind of running away with the AL East before this nice run by the Yankees, and don't look now, but the Yankees are back and they're going to be there for a long time with this young core of players.
Pitcher coach Larry Rothschild next to manager Aaron Boone.
Even Giancarlo Stanton smiling tonight.
Jeffrey Marte is 0 for 3. 11-1 Yankees. 5 in the first, 5 in the second. Masahiro Tanaka, 6 innings, 1 run. Yankee fans in the crowd again, very vocal. Fastball in for strike 2. Two and 2 on Marte. 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th inning. Payoff pitch from Cole. Ball 4 to Marte. Angels stay alive. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Martin Maldonado 0 for 2 with a walk. A.J. Cole in his Yankees debut looking to close things out. Has allowed 2 hits and a walk here in the bottom of the 9th inning. First pitch to Maldonado, he pops it up. Catch is made by the center fielder Hicks. 8 straight wins for the New York Yankees.
Great performance by Masahiro Tanaka tonight. 6 solid innings, 1 run. Yankees bats came alive against Garrett Richards in the first 2 innings to put up a 10 spot. They doubled down on him tonight, just double after double, and pressure on the Angels, and the Angels could never respond.
All smiles as the Yankees win their 2nd straight here in Anaheim. Manager Aaron Boone returning home. Threw up 10 minutes from the stadium. Yankees win it 11-1 for Ken Rosenthal, A.J. Pierzynski, and our entire crew. I'm Kenny Albert. Good night from Angel Stadium.